those 3 max locations, it's way better to have UEF labs. Aeon labs, they are longer viable, but you can have more UEF labs at the start, and at the start is when they're most crucial, because at some point both players are gonna have transports to, if something is raided, they will just insta drop back at that location. So raids are still gonna be good, but they're gonna be less crucial. But if you like snipes on expanding engineers at the start, that's way more important than sniping it like 5 minutes later. So it's mostly the start effect it can have, and in that case UEF labs can be. I mean, there's an argument for both sides. I think I personally prefer UEF though.
I'm noticing Tagada saying good luck, have fun, but when that bomber of his didn't drop and UD had good luck, he said wow in chat. So I'm getting different vibes from him.
Honestly, it's reportable.
Yeah, really? Like, imagine lying?
What would Bloodier say?
I'm noticing Yudi's actually going to make 3rd and 4th lab. Tagada, I feel, will Tagada adjust his Q, or is he just going to go pure NGs from his first factory?
Tagada said that he banned Crazy Rush, Point of Reach, and Roanoke, and he said that Judy banned open bombs, Via, and Glaciers. And I just remembered.
Judy banned Via?
I just remembered that Judy is. He always says it himself that he is very bad on open bombs, and that he doesn't like to play it. I kind of.
I mean, that one I can. It's like, okay, fair enough. But what about Via? That's the one that surprises me.
The thing is, Via is kind of a UD map, but there is some starting like aggression stuff that can be super brutal. With like if you basically start
so it was
playing
a ban
Via,
because he was scared of Tagada having some specialized BO on it.
I don't know, but it definitely sounds like a map where Tagada could have a good BO on it. The thing is, a BO can be quite important on Via, like especially for the first 5 to 6 minutes. After that, once you got like the 2-4 max locations secured, and you just have factories where you can micro and get all the reclaim and just eco nicely. If from that position, UD is for sure confidence, but for the first part, I'd say the main reason why he vetoed is must be because of the first like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced it before. Like you mistime some engineers because the reclaim is quite far away, right? You don't have that much in your spawn area, and neither do you have many maxes. And you still need to properly skill up, and I've had situations where I just died to Mantis spam. It's always Mantis spam, by the way. Just that in my memory, when I played 1v1, there were only Mantis and nothing else. So we see Yuri going for the labs and Tagada going for tanks. I actually dislike this tank from Tagada.
The problem is his one lab is going to run into the ACU.
Yeah.
I don't think he expected him to expand at the ACU like right away. Although this scout might manage to come in just in time.
Maybe not. I actually disagree with how both of them are playing it. I like the quick labs from Yudi.
Yep, it goes.
Like you see these labs from Tagada, he made 2 labs, one goes to the top left, one goes to the top right. He just sends them there, like it's so easy to do. This one lab though gets one of the expanding engineers from Tagada, probably.
There's no way it survives.
Yeah, there's no way. Okay, and this even if that other lab suicide into the ASU, it's already worth it because delays these maxes for a minute, and that's big.
Who's gonna win the lab fight? Yudi, he's gonna lose that unless he dodges like a god.
Oh, he won it. Nice.
And he betted, and he has 5 HP.
Fun!
See, good luck, have fun? That better not be ironic fun.
He really must be having lots of fun right now. Otherwise he wouldn't say that.
That's a lot of interceptors.
That's a shit ton of it. That's 4? UD has 1, 2 out. So there's a lot more early air from Tagada. He's assisting it with 4 engineers. Yuri with 0. That's why. Yeah, early air is pretty important on the map. Just
He's
like
gonna
early
have.
raids are.
He might have his fourth int out if he goes over the main base, but he has
But
a scout with his engineer.
I'm
He might
st
be able to dodge this bomber.
I'm still quite offended that neither of them are spamming more labs. Like Yudi, like imagine if he had some like extra labs. He could lab the engineer expanding there again. He needs a lab going for the bottom left, for the bottom right.
Also, Tagada paused his air factory, so after this int, if he doesn't unpause it, it's just gonna sit there idle. Okay, no, he did unpause it.
I mean, it can be fine because he built way more. So he's gonna engage on Yudi's main base though.
4-on-5. It's gonna be a fifth one coming out.
Oh, he turned around.
That would have been real dicey if he
Yeah, it
engaged
depends on
that.
the intel. He clearly locked an inti, so he probably just kills one before Yudi turns around. So it would have been 5-on-3.
He does. Oh, he didn't bomb the Renji on the right. He missed. It didn't drop.
But it should be dead. He also killed the engineer building the PD in factory, but he already built the Nexus, so. There's a bomber from Yudi on the bottom. Tagada is actually doing an edge build with the engineer. Honestly, like I don't really understand why. Like instead of doing this, it's already minute 6, right? The bottom left, this engineer edge building. By the time that factory has built an engineer and rallied it to the 3max location, it's already minute 7, if not minute 7:30. At that point, can't you just like he already has a transport out? Like why did you even move that engineer there to begin with at this rate? Like isn't it more efficient to just ignore that and just get a quicker transport and have like drop like 1 engineer, 1 tank at those sites? I mean, of course it's more reliant on air, but if you get delayed by this late, I'm not sure. Okay, you're just doing some counter bombering. Yudi Tagada is way better setup in mid. He has 2 factories there, while Yudi has none. And his engineer is gonna get bombed. There's a lot of random bombers. I guess they're both doing a good job with that. Tagada's slightly better.
This factory has been idle the whole time.
The air factory?
No, the land factory from Tagada that you were talking about.
Oh,
if Yudi sent the bomber, he could just keep bombing the factory.
The engineer. Oh no, he's gonna wall off, but he's not even gonna properly wall it off. He can just get around it. Oh no. Bomber from Yudi at the bottom right.
Yeah.
Gonna kill one of the engineers.
Oh, and his lab stopped moving. Tagada's in the top left. Oh, it's gonna get through. Never mind. The tank almost caught it.
The tank
is assisting the NG, but it doesn't. What is it doing over
Oh
here?
no, that's such. I hate how units assisting other units. They tend to be retarded. The thing is, especially for air, if you have an inti assist your air scout, and an enemy attack free spy plane flies past, it will follow that spy plane for the rest of the game until it's dead. Even though it has an assist on, the
his lab
scout.
ran by the engineer. It didn't kill him.
But there's also a bomber. Okay, so Yudi killed both engineers bottom right, but the transport should still be alive.
It is.
And there's a new bomber from Yudi coming. And the bottom left is still denied as well. So
it's not even denied. So okay, finally he's making that tank.
He's never got built, but Yudi kinda is losing mid, and so that's still
about that 7:30 timing.
Yeah, it's not really up there, is it? Look at the bottom right! The moment Tagada moves his air away, there's a new bomber coming. Oh no, I think Tagada maybe so. What? Oh no. Okay, he did send an engineer, but the drop is coming as well. Where is Judy's issue? Right side. Okay. He's there at opposite sides. Yudi sent a bomber top right. Okay, Yudi finally has a transport, so he can drop there. The thing is, the top left engineer will snipe, but only after he built the Maxus, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And the bomber from Yudi at the bottom right got taken down. Yudi has tanks there that he can send in, but
He's also going to deny this expansion in between Tagada's main base and where his ACU is. At least he should be denying it.
I think the factory will be on. Yeah, it will.
No, there's like 6 Lobos in that.
Oh, the left, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the right, sorry. Oh my god, that bomber!
That
Holy
bomb,
shit!
dude.
Oh, that's
He
why you don't
G
shift
all
G.
his stuff. I still think the factory will die though.
Virgin's shift G versus chat bomber micro. Okay, nice dodge.
Oh, they all targeted the tank, dude.
Oh no, he's suiciding into the tanks. This couldn't have gone worse. Oh my god,
That bomber
look at the right side, in between Yudi's ACU and Tagada's main base. These two tanks from Yudi have target priority on Max, so they were dying to Tagada's tank while they were focusing on Max. What the fuck? This bottom left bomber has killed 3 engineers.
Looks like Tyler's gonna get control of the top right because his bomber's gonna come in and kill these idle NGs, and then he's gonna drop some NGs on.
Can't wait for the bomber to kill Yudi's bomber.
Tagada's gonna kill his NGs, and then Uni's gonna kill Tagada's NGs. They pass by each other and wave to each other in the cockpit.
They're just two sadists passing by each other, killing innocent civilians.
Ooh, Tech 2 Air by who? Yudi.
Me.
He does get. Is he gonna get the send? Yeah, the Max.
Oh, Yudi sent away the bomber, dude, at the worst possible timing. At the top right.
The bomber never targeted the NGs, it's just targeting the mechs. Oh, now it is.
No, finally. 2 for 1.
It's still gonna die though because he's sending 2 bombers right at it. What is he doing with these drops?
How did
What is
this
this
not
engineer
die?
going to?
Yudi is having some real issue with Army Micro at the moment. Like this, both these 3 max locations on the left side and right side of Tagada's base, they should have died. 2 raids. But neither of them are dying, and the fact that this factory lived, he easily rebuilt it and got the reclaim on the left, and on the right side Yudi was gonna have like 10 tanks versus 1, and there were no support units from Tagada, and he didn't manage to kill it.
It's another alternate of the Chief syndrome. The reason he lost both is because he spent too much time babysitting them. If he just literally box selected and moved it in, he would have killed both.
Yeah,
but instead he was microing the target priorities on this one, and this one he shift G'd for no reason.
Yeah, the shift G, that was really a bad one. Yudi... Okay, no tech to maxes.
Tagada's doing this thing he always does, where he like drops an NG randomly and just like starts capturing everyone.
Yeah, but it's not that uncommon on Emerald Crater. It's very similar as on Roanoke, where you do it as well. It's just quite efficient to do it, and you might as well if you have the time for it. Like it removes. It's way better than dropping a tank, to be honest. Because engineers, you know, they capture maxes that much faster than tanks can kill them. Plus you got the master.
Yeah, I just still think it's obnoxious, but that's why it's good.
Yeah, but I think it's kinda, it's a nice macro thing on a map like this. I think it's nice to happen.
That's a lot of bombers from Tagada in mid. I hope he doesn't shift G again.
That is. Look at this mass donation next to Tagada's SU, by the way. That's a lot of dead units that you sent there. Also, on the right side of Tagada's base, there's another 1k mass. Like, let's look at the reclaim. UD is on 1300, Tagada is on 500, but I think it's about to change.
Tagada is not going tech in any capacity, but UD has stingers out everywhere.
Yeah, but one is at the bottom right and it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I mean it could have killed this mechs. and this engineer. Instead, he went for the Hydro.
Yeah, but I don't think Judy has air yet either. Tagada has the top right now. That's very.
I mean, if you think about it, if you had a Stinger and you put an engine in it, it's a lot easier to get control of stuff than it is with the transport.
It's true. Although it's just as vulnerable to air. It's very important for Yudi to secure some of these corners again. He keeps pushing into the right side of Tagada's space as well, and it just becomes machination all over again. This is the right side expansion of Yudi. It can be overrun pretty easily. There's one factory and no units. Meanwhile, the one on the left for Tagada has quite a lot of units, engineers, 2 factories. Although one is on 100 HP and the other one on 1000, but
it could die to this one Stinger.
Yeah. Tagada
I mean, what he needs to do is have a Stinger around, and he could probably jabay an air fight. That's in his advantage.
Tagada is doing way more damage with his bombers than UD's with the Stingers. He has 13 of them alive.
One of them has 4-vet. Although it might just die. Yeah.
Oh, I found it for a regen, dude. Minion, that was James. Look at the right side! Classic shift G with bombers on targets, and then 1 to this max, 1 to this max, 1 to this max, and 4 on this one. A nice even split. Yeah, that's very nice damage. I think Yuri is looking worse and worse. I think at around minute 10, Yuri was in a decent advantage. He denied the corners for Tagada for a long time, but he just donated so much mass. He had so many bad fights with land when he could have crushed those fights. He lost them instead. And at the same time, Tagada had more. Even though Yuri went Tech 2, Tagada had more air investments. Just more in Tech 1. And he did a lot of counter damage with it. And while Yuri didn't do much with his land attacks, Tagada with the air. Like, he got the top right, the top left is rated, the bombers in mid did a lot of damage.
How many AA does Tagada have with his ACU?
I think
he's actually starting to put in more.
I think on a map like this, if you go Tech 2 air, you get gun on your ACU and just drop it around. I know it's me saying this, so it's not necessarily a good move. Saying, oh, you should do it like this, but like, I think you have a lot more potential with something like that, because it's so hard to just have vision on the map. Like, if you look at Tagada's vision, if you use ACU, it was like around here for like, if you just load it in a transport, drop it on the left side, could instantly crush the left side. Big air fight, and Tagada is gonna win it because he has way more air. Also, Yudi's pushing into Tagada, but Tagada is rushing a gun with the speed of light, so Yudi's gonna die here, I think. He's gonna go for the surrounds on Tagada, but it's gonna be too late. I think. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be too late. Tagada doesn't finish the gun because he's stalling mass at the worst possible time, but it's still fine. And he doesn't have OC either. He needs to rush one. He's stalling so much mass, he is probably rushing one.
Commander
he went Tech 2 himself as well, maybe it's just that much build power. He made Janus. He's gonna try and snipe Yudi's ACU. Yudi doesn't have enough units. Nice PDs. GG. Yeah, Yudi knows it's over. Even if Yudi like gets it out of the air, like his map control is ruined.
Could it have been that he went T2 air too early? Should have just stayed at T1 air and secured an air win instead.
I think in the ground picture that wasn't too relevant. I think the issue is those bad engagements generally. That was really bad. Those engagements. Like the thing is, they could have done a lot of damage, but instead of doing damage, it was a mass gift, and it does the polar opposite of what you want to do. And that like scales it so much. Instead of removing 12 mass income from your enemy, you basically give him 4k mass. And 12 mass income is like 25% of Tagada's current income at the time. So that's fucking brutal. And then he doesn't have those maxes. He doesn't have factories near the reclaim to quickly recover from having lost those maxes for a small time. And then he can, invest it, and then it just snowballs. Especially considering Tagada made like 15 Tech 1 bombers, and had more intis as Judy as well. But Judy had more land, and that's why he ran to raid stuff with it. But he missed micro so badly, it just didn't work out. Yeah, this was Judy's pick.
Lower seed is supposed to pick first. Says it in the rules.
Screw the rules.
The bottom seed will be given the right to pick the first map, and the top seed will pick the second.
Me. Okay, so Tagada wins 2-0 from Judy, pretty convincingly.
Yuri says he